This video was kindly sponsored by Squarespace. Hello and welcome back. Today I'll discuss 5 key principles that you can begin to implement to improve your art. These are lessons and habits that I consciously began to implement and with experience saw great results within time. As we get into this discussion, you'll see how I create an oil painting from start to finish of my cat and studio buddy Matilda, which I showed in a previous video. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, you may be wondering and searching for things to do to improve. And that brings me to our first principle, which is to maintain a beginner mindset. Now, what I mean by this is to always maintain a positive, open mindset to learn new things. No matter the level or experience, it's important to stay curious and find ways to keep learning. It's really simple to achieve a goal, whether you're drawing portraits or painting animals. You may think that you have it all figured out. However, it's really crucial to take a step back and think, what can I do to make this better? What else can I learn to implement in my art? And speaking from personal experience, although I have reached a certain level in my art, as well as my art journey, I always search for ways that I can think of myself as a beginner. I'm constantly in search of new techniques, new ideas, new inspirations, and just simply ways that I can keep learning and keep feeding my mind. I bring myself back to this key principle every day to make sure that the ego does not take over. Plus, it's genuinely an incredible feeling to keep learning new things while maintaining a positive beginner mindset. The second key principle, and one that I hold very close to my heart, is to create from life as much as possible. Drawing or painting from life allows you to really see. And as artists and creators, it's really important that we learn how to see. When you're in that moment and you're actually sitting in front of your subject, your perception and feeling towards the subject cannot be replaced when looking at a photo. The best way to explain it is that it's just not the same. I was first introduced to drawing and painting from life in art school. We had a live model stand in front on a stage and we had to draw her from life. At first, it was extremely intimidating, but it has helped me so much with my art after many hours of practice. Our eyes see everything differently in comparison to looking at a photo. Believe it or not, but when you're in that moment, new senses are activated and you begin to feel things that you should include in creating that piece. Those feelings come from your intuition and everybody has it. Sometimes while we're drawing or painting, we don't even notice that we're using it in that very moment. But while you're creating from life, you're given a chance to really capture that present moment, whether it's a minute, second, or hour. The way our eyes begin to see light, shape, and form is an exhilarating feeling that then transfers into our art. Before moving on to the next 3 major principles, and oh boy are they big ones, I'd like to quickly thank today's sponsors of this video, Squarespace. As an artist, I needed an all-in-one place where I can set up my online website, and with their excellent templates, I was able to build a website where I can have my portfolio displayed as well as an online shop. Since I run everything on my own as an artist, it's crucial for me to have all of these things available, especially when I was setting up my website. And when I finish a painting like the one I'm completing today, all I have to do is simply drag and drop and rearrange all the way to the top, and it's that easy. With their layouts, I was able to show a beautiful presentation and sophisticated presence for my online website. If you'd like to try, head over to squarespace.com to begin your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/JessCarp for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now, following with principle number 3, make more art. Putting in the time, staying dedicated, and consistent will help you reach higher levels in whatever you do. Getting that pencil or paintbrush moving is the first step, and as soon as you get yourself to just begin, things begin to flow, and next thing you know, you've surprised yourself with what you even created. I have a little story that helped bring light into this concept, and ever since then, my art changed for the better. I was a senior in art school. I walked into one of my professor's classroom. He was actually the drawing teacher that taught us how to draw from life, and it was actually my lunch break, and I came to go see him on one of my paintings as a critique. While I was standing and waiting, he introduced me to one of his younger students. He was a first-year student, and he came to him asking what he can do to learn how to draw hands better. As he's asking all these questions, he's showing his art to my professor, and my professor puts his hand out and says, "Listen, I want you to go buy a brand new sketchbook. You're going to come back to me in 2 weeks, and I want to see 100 drawings of hands. Come see me when you filled up this whole book with all these different positions and drawings of hands." He also made it very clear to use his own hand as reference and to make sure that it was under a designated light source. In that very moment, my jaw dropped, and although I was a senior and have reached a certain level in my art back then as well, a light bulb went off on the top of my head and I was automatically inspired and eager to try the same. He always mentioned to his students that if we want to really learn and improve something, go draw or paint it 100 times. And to this day, I take on these challenges to create 100 of something, and the results and improvements are remarkable. I also share these full challenges in my videos and receive messages on a daily basis from fellow fans and artists that have tried out the challenges as well, and there's consistent positive feedback on how much it helped them improve. And not only does it create great discipline in your art, but it also develops the way you see things, resulting in expanding your art muscles, putting in the time, and making more art. It's really a win-win situation in all aspects. While you're putting in the time creating more art, this fourth key principle is something you should keep in mind and think about. Making room for experimentation and making mistakes should be a part of your creative process. Experimenting with different mediums, drawing more abstract, drawing some realism, painting with your eyes closed, whatever it is that you decide to experiment with will help you improve and help you grow as a creative. And learning to love making mistakes or being okay with making mistakes while you're experimenting will be a huge eye-opener for you. Personally, I'm constantly trying out new mediums, making sure that I know how they work, and while experimenting with different styles as well, they help me open up possibilities for one another. For example, as I love painting in realism, I also enjoy practicing shapes and doodles in my sketchbook or even in large paintings, which in result over time helped me see shapes differently when I'm creating realism. The key point is that it all goes hand in hand, and the more you experiment, the more you will learn about yourself and how you love to create, what you find enjoyable, and the more you push yourself in all these different directions, the more room you'll have to grow, improve, and become a better artist and creative. This brings me to the fifth and last key principle, which is to just have fun and make sure that it's coming from the heart. As humans and as creatives, we all have something unique to us. Everybody has a unique story. Everyone has unique interests and things that they love. Recently, I learned that when you choose a topic that you truly are passionate about, it will immediately communicate in your work. When you choose a topic that you love, and I mean really love and feel super happy about, not only will you be extremely motivated to create it, but it'll also bring you immense amount of joy to do, which when it's completed, others will pick up on that energy. But before thinking about what others may think about your work, focusing and redirecting our mind into creating things that we love for ourselves should come first. This can get difficult and a bit pressuring involving social media as well, but what helps me is to sit down and ask myself, is this a topic that I love? Is this a theme that I feel truly passionate about? And what is my intention behind what I'm about to create right now? As I progress in practice, I always bring myself back to these questions because I want to make sure that they're coming from my heart and I'm staying true to myself as an artist and also having fun. The journey and process is the most important part, so take your time to get to know yourself as an artist. Take your time to really experiment. If it involves not showing anyone at the moment, go ahead and just do it for yourself. Each small or large creation has its purpose, and as long as you're keeping an open, positive mindset, its benefits will show through. We are all evolving as people and as artists. Styles will change, styles will evolve, and they'll morph into one another. The moments that I redirected my mindset into these key 5 principles, I was able to see significant improvements in my work. Now, of course, there are many more elements that I put into my practice, but these are 5 main ones that I wanted to share with you in hopes to inspire and share what has personally helped me. I always like to note that you should always do whatever you feel works best for you. Like I said, everyone's journey is different, and everyone's way of creating is different. But after putting together these 5 key principles, feel free to try and apply them however you see them fit best for you, and I hope that you'll be able to find this helpful. Wherever you are in your journey, stay positive and stay patient, and I hope your creative wishes will come true. Thank you so much for watching this video and for all your kindness and support. Consider subscribing to the channel for more videos, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like how this painting of Matilda came out. I hope you're staying creative, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!